we never really kind of like have too much of a concept with our records, you know. We're always kind of trying to take in and listen to a lot of different old and new music, and the songs that kind of come out are just us showing our kind of appreciation for all these different forms of music and trying to kind of create the best, most exciting thing that we possibly can. And you know, the only real kind of concept that we had for this was to try to like harness some of the fun and the energy and then like noise and distortion of the Beastie Boys Sabotage cover that we've been playing in our live show. Like that was really our only kind of like guiding principle when we went into the studio. The rest of everything just came from like, you know, whatever kind of song ideas came to us, and that concept that I mentioned of like noise and distortion doesn't really apply to the entire record, but it definitely applies to like parts of it, like kind of most like audibly on Freakout release and Down. Those are the songs that kind of have most of these kind of, you know, sounds that are kind of like more distorted and more kind of grungy, more about like punk energy. And the writing process was also kind of like pretty much similar to like previous records. Myself and Alexis just generate kind of the beginnings of songs and send them to each other. Like often some of the up-tempo tracks, they begin with some like drum programming and things from myself, and then Alexis writes words on top of those. But there are different ways that we work for different songs. And the track called Down was kind of generated by like just kind of jamming in the studio over a sample that I found of this amazing old Chicago disco band, the Universal Togetherness Band. So yeah, those are our kind of normal starting points. Yeah, I think that definitely applies to like quite a few tracks on the record. Like if I'm just kind of thinking through some of them in my head, and you have things like Out of My Depth and The Evil That Men Do and Time that are all like quite, you know, they do have a kind of pessimistic kind of feel to them. I think that's a kind of natural response to some of the kind of things that are going on globally. You know, there's a rise of like fascism in politics, which I find very worrying. And obviously we've all just been through this terrible pandemic that has really slowed down our international response to climate change. I think that we have a lot of issues to kind of deal with, you know, as a species. And I think that definitely like finds its way into the lyrics on several of the songs, yeah. I think the new single called Eleanor, like we're just like learning how to play that one live at the moment. We were just actually doing it today, just a couple of hours ago. I'm just really excited about nailing that and getting good at that. I feel like it's going to be like a really, really fun moment on stage, and we can all kind of combine in a really good way and kind of try and play in a really funky way together. Our kind of progress as a band, it is a fairly kind of like kind of gentle kind of evolution, as you said. I guess we feel like we're kind of still just as kind of passionate about making music and writing songs together, and we're just kind of learning as we get older about like the intricacies of like songwriting and production. You know, since we made A Bath Full of Ecstasy, we've all kind of been on tour and been doing a lot of different solo projects. I made a record under the name Hard Feelings that's more of a kind of disco project. Al has toured with LCD Sound System, which is always something that kind of teaches him a lot about engineering and making music and playing music live. You know, he learns a lot from the experience of like touring with James Murphy and that band. Alexis has been doing a lot of kind of solo projects as well, where he works with other musicians and other instruments. So I think what's nice is that we try to bring all of this learning back into Hot Chip, and I think it helps sonically like the music to evolve to like higher and higher levels for me in terms of our like songwriting and our production and everything like that. I guess we just try to like, we're just about to go into a process now of like rehearsals for our new live show. And I guess it's really just about trying to make as kind of exciting and explosive and interesting live show as we possibly can. And we're all kind of DJing all of the time, around the world and around Europe. And so I think we try to kind of like learn techniques from new dance records and from the music that we play when we're DJing to kind of keep the live set like fresh and fun for hopefully for like younger audiences as well as like our older fans, you know. We never want to kind of like let the live show just kind of stay as it is. We're always trying to kind of keep that evolving as the band evolves, you know. Yeah. We would like to do that. Yeah. We want to kind of like have clips of people kind of like freaking out, dancing to the track Freakout release, and kind of like actually create a music video of all of those clips of our fans doing that kind of freaking out in whatever way they want. So yeah, that's what we were thinking. But actually, doing the kind of like the hot chip challenge would make a lot of sense. I think we should get involved in that as well.